up, everybody? Justin here, After Hours Autosports. We just pulled into the world famous Road Atlanta. Just got in a couple minutes ago, cracked open a beer, getting ready to go to bed. It's about midnight. I did not drive, I flew in. Vince and Bob, my dad, drove the rig. Huge shout out to them. That's a hell of a drive that I did not want to make. So huge props to them for doing that. It's like 28 hours. So we are going to go ahead and get some sleep. There's a bunch of other rigs here. I don't know if you can see. I don't know how good this camera is in the dark. But all lined up to pull in the morning. I believe load in is around 8 o'clock a.m. So we'll be up bright and early to head down this gnarly hill. That is the signature of Road Atlanta, in my mind. Get down into the pit, get settled, get the car unloaded, the canopy set up, all that good stuff, and then hang out until tech inspection. There's a couple changes I need to make to the car prior to tech inspection. Not necessarily changes, just some stuff I didn't quite finish in the shop. I've got to like calibrate the accelerometer and the ECU for the new FD brake lights. I think that's really the only thing, actually. There's something else with the Link, I thought, but I'm not sure. But just some easy software stuff. Make sure the car is happy down here at damn near sea level versus Denver, and go from there. Hopefully tech is a breeze. It should be. I've already pre-teched with Kevin, so as long as the software side of stuff checks out, we should be good to go. And then we are going to head to the Airbnb and do a cannonball. So I'll be sure to bring you guys along on the trip. And this is going to be round one of the Formula Drift Pro Spec Rookie Year Season vlog. So hopefully you guys like it. If there's more stuff you want to see less of, more stuff you want to see more of, anything along those lines, be sure to let me know in the comments, because I'd like to tailor this stuff for you guys, because that's who it's for. So be sure to let me know, and we can make changes as we go together. But otherwise, stick around, because it's going to be a fucking blast. All right, so it's about 9 a.m. We just got loaded in to the venue here, parked by FD and all that. So this is going to be our home for the next 5 days. But we've got plenty of time before tech at 5, so we're going to do a quick unload, clean up a little bit, get stuff organized, and start getting the car ready for tech. Got through tech, no issues. The Link guys sorted out calibrating the accelerometer and all that, so we are good to go. I just need to peel this Grid Life windshield banner off, put on the FD one, get the brake light strips ran, and then run it back up there to get a connector put on. But we are good to go. All right, so we just got back to the track, got to the Airbnb last night, crashed out, met up with the rest of the crew who flew in last night and weren't able to get in because they got in after gates. Got everybody their hard cards this morning. They're all hard at work, making setup notes on the car and stuff. We set it up before we left, with just double checking settings and stuff like that, make sure nothing got moved in the trailer, baseline and shit, you know. But yeah, it's looking good. The pits are filling in. Ian and I have a driver's meeting here in about half an hour to go to, so got to change clothes, put on the suit, go to that. Should be interesting, first driver's meeting and all that. But yeah, tech went smooth, got the decel lights working, everything on that front is good, car seems happy, so I'm real excited to get out there and launch it down the hill. All right, so we just got back from the driver's meeting, and same as usual, no changes to the track or momentum zones or anything like that, at least as of yet. So pretty smooth. Got some headshots taken for the live stream, and other than that, we're ready to rock. So right now the crew is behind me, loading up the rental car for the hot pit, getting all the tools, fuel, tires, zip ties, you know, whatever we can need out there, put together to haul out there. So we've got about half an hour until we roll out there. So I'm gonna start getting changed and getting suited and stuff, get the cool shirt filled, and then roll out. So we just got back down to the main pit from the hot pit. I think I had some technical issues with the Wi-Fi remote for this thing, getting it to sync to the high up cam. So I think we only got rooftop footage for like 3 or 4 of the 6 or 7 runs. We did, no big deal. We'll get it. I got it figured out at the end and know how to fix it moving forward, so it shouldn't be a problem for tomorrow. The car feels really good. We got figured out where we want the nitrous set at, all that sort of stuff. It's running really good. I'm just struggling to find the proper line, leaving outer zone 2 and approaching, leaving outer zone 1 and approaching outer zone 2. It's hard to carry that arc without sort of squaring it off and making more of a D shape, which is what I'm doing, which puts you rocket fast into the horseshoe. This car picks up a lot of speed on transitions, so when I'm dialing out the angle coming up the hill to flick back, it's fucking rocketing up the hill, and I'm having to handbrake it back into the zone and then get back on power, and it's just really not making a smooth line, and it's setting me up to go wide on interclip 2. So we'll get that worked out. It's really just a line issue on my part. Chases feel good, not really worried about that. I'm always comfortable chasing. Fortunately, I have to qualify on a damn lead run before we get to chase. If we could qualify with chases, we'd be money. But we're going through the car now, getting nut and bolted, getting the wheels and tires over to tire stacks. So should be good to go for the night. Ian and I have a driver's meeting here in about 45 minutes. Then we're gonna go back to the house and cannonball in the lake. That's not that bad. We are out here at the track. It is Thursday morning, qualifying day. The crew is working on the car. Found a couple small issues this morning that we didn't realize. Apparently one of those runs, I got into the rumble strips a little deep. I did feel it into they call them the shark teeth. And these cars and the E92s have a notoriously weak rear tow arm mount on the subframe from the factory. So it ended up bending that, threw the rear toe out quite a bit, just some lock nuts and stuff coming loose also. So we realigned it. They're replacing a tie rod right now that develops some play in it, and then they're going to realign the front, and then we should be good to go. We are loading into the track in about about 45 minutes, so plenty of time. I'm just trying to get my headspace right, hang out, walk around, you know, talk to people, try not to stress about it too hard. But we've got 2 hours of practice, which realistically is going to equate to 2, maybe 3 laps, and then we go right into qualifying. So fingers crossed.
So again, everybody will have one run. We'll lock in the top 24. The remaining to fill the backfill to 32 will be the other 8 drivers. So here we go. Oh man, the After Hours Auto Sports BMW. Oh, she gets in the gravel as we are seeing Justin Chestnut. Justin coming up the hill, thrashing, man. This, I mean, treat it like a rental car. Hopefully he bought the extra insurance. Now coming out of that keyhole, back in, look at, you can hear it. Hitting that rev limiter, now back up the hill. You know what? Sometimes hitting that gravel, hitting a wall, you kind of get the nerves out, and we've seen that before, right?
Yeah, you got to shake it off.
You got to shake it off, dude, like Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
here we go. Let's look at it again.
Super ham sandwich here, and using all the angle, got a little taste of the kitty litter.
Right.
But he kind of got corrected. Like usually that kind of entry, he filled outer zone pretty well. I was actually kind of impressed that he kept it together, even though it was looking a little shaky there. And in outer zone 2, kept it together. Closest I've seen so far in inner clip 1, a little wide out of the keyhole, so it's going to set him up to get not as good as proximity out of that touch and go. Good transition there, get nice and close to inner 3, and finishing it out in the mid to left course on the finish there. Another initiation.
We just got back in the hot pit here after my first attempt at a qualifying lap. Unfortunately, they zeroed it. Personally, I didn't think it's a 0. A low score, yeah, but not an incomplete. And, you know, both Robbie Nishida and Jared, the announcers, sort of agreed with that. Actually, that might have been Sopa. I'm not totally sure who's announcing. I just watched that one clip from the live stream. The rest of the run was pretty good. Just on the entry, I overcooked it a bit and ended up dipping my passenger rear tire into the gravel. Stayed in it and put the rest of a lap together, but it wasn't enough to get a score because that dip was bad enough to be unchaseable. So we got the car back, got fresh tires on it, fuel in it, nitrous in it, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna get it this time. Just need to get back on throttle about a half step earlier, find that inner clip 1, and then we should be good to rock from there. So confident in the car, just nerves, cooked it down the fucking hill faster than I've been going in all practice, but entering at the same spot, which put me on a shitty line. So we're gonna correct that and we're gonna go do it again.
Justin Chestnut. So there you go. Justin Chestnut, After Hours Autosports, E82. All right, Chestnut coming through that start chicane. And Chestnut comes down the hill, 3, 2, 1. Launch. Here we go, in that first flip. Good angle from him. A lot more polish in his first run. He got a little wild. Comes at an angle into that outside zone 1. Oh, falls short of outside zone 2. Really tight. You know, again, contrary to what we said before, if you're missing outside zone 2, he did tighten it up. So optimization of outside zone 2 into that inside clip 2 and 3. So, I mean, honestly, really good outside of outside zone 2.
Yeah, I felt like he even saved it there from looping it around there before inner clip 2. Looks like he's using all the angle, but let's take another look here. Kind of a middle of the road entry there. Nice wide, no big flick. Good proximity. Again, we're not judging the touch and go. Coming up the hill, got a tire almost 2 on the outer zone 1, but fell up a few meters short there. But he got tight to the inner clip 1, not as tight as he could be, but wasn't walking this time, and he got close to touch and go, coming around back and finishing it out. So he'll be on the board. He'll be in the competition.
All right, so we just got back to the Airbnb. It's fucking gorgeous out here. Some boaters, wakeboarding and shit. We went to Walmart, got some beer and some tubes. Gonna hop in the lake, get a swim in. We did confirm we are in the show. I think we're sitting in 29th and we're gonna battle Andy Haitley. Should be a good time. My fucking trans broke.
Chestnut will lead, Davis will give chase. Gonna have our first winner here, a points leader after this round. Next round of Lincoln Pro Spec, E-Town, the first ever American purpose-built drift coliseum. All right, here we go. We're seeing Chestnut initiate. Looks a lot more comfortable out front. Can Jack Davis flex at Beachworks E36? Up into the keyhole. And there it is, Chestnut taking that shallower line. Really good approach by Davis. He knew he didn't need to go all the way out there. That's going to show he's quick to respond and able to pivot when he needed to do just that. And right there, I mean that just again shows that driving prowess. It's that awareness, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and that's just seat time, right? I mean, you as all right. Jack Davis got the shades on because he's blocking out the haters. Look at that. Jack Davis gets the advance into the grade 8. Justin Chestnut, unfortunately knocked out. Hopefully we'll see him